Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Harakal Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone that rule well, and Shalom to all the brothers doing the work of sincerity and truth. Yeah, got this article on MSN from the Washington Post, and it's basically the Arabs have, they turned the tap off on their oil, and that's essentially gonna be felt around the world, because like last time they did this was when prices started doing a madness, and I don't think it slowed down until what do you call it, until the US started opening up from what's it called, the strategic reserve, I think they call it, of barrels, like their own suppliers got opened up. So well, yeah, given that it's been peak. Remember, like with the energy bills over here for us, we basically had like the government covering like a significant portion of energy bills for pretty much everyone, especially for businesses. And what do you call it? Because of this, there's a lot of businesses that like those one place, Nero work, where these guys literally on the last day of the month, whilst they still had the reductions, they were open, but then after that they just shut down. Like they were just closed, and they closed like a few of their stores because the energy prices were too much, and it was like, and the rent was going up as well. And then there's other places where it's like, there was a guy who told me, he said his energy bill went up like 200%. The place like he's managing, and it's getting peak. So on top of that, you're gonna have, and the thing with fuel prices going up, that just has a knock-on effect on pretty much anything that gets transported. So a shitload of goods are gonna be impacted by it. It's gonna nice it's gonna cause, some pain. Like again, you're gonna have the price, petrol prices going up, diesel as well. So I read into it. It says gas prices are expected to draw upwards, threatening to add fresh uncertainty. Well, actually, I don't even think I read the title. It says surging oil prices could again frustrate inflation fight. Gas prices are expected to jolt upwards, threatening to add fresh uncertainty to the economy and increase the cost of summer travel. Well, even that as well. Yeah, fucking, I didn't even think about that. I was talking to a girl at work, and she was looking at, she's going to be taking a trip in like July, like late July, and like the ticket prices were like what, for fucking nuts. And it was like £620 to go to like Turkey, which is just is wild, because I think Turkey, like I think if you were to go like now, which is what, like April, it would cost like less than £100, something like that, return. And if you book ahead of time, it's something you can get for like £39, £49, some shit like that. So it can be dirt cheap, but obviously because of the earthquake, that's gonna impact it. But then even then, it's like these prices that are getting affected by the fuel prices going up. Then you start feeling the burn. That's how it's gonna be with a lot of things. And it's not even like it was that long ago when they turn off the tap. The Arabs turn off the tap last time. So it says after Saudi Arabia and other major oil exporters significantly slashed production on Monday, ignoring demands from the White House. And yeah, it was the same thing last time. Like Joe Biden's basically trying to get them to, to chill on the ting, but that shit didn't happen. So now, it's done. It's donezo. Uh, the pullback by the oil producing bloc, known as OPEC Plus, was framed as a precautionary measure to ensure stability of the energy market and came despite earlier signals that it would make no further reductions this year. As a result, several top investment banks predicted that crude prices could again hit $100 a barrel. Rising oil prices could complicate efforts by the US Federal Reserve and other central banks to get inflation under control. Yeah. So that's a thing where this could just become a completely artificial situation, which it already is. And then, Britain, American kind of hold sway over it on, whether they start loosening up the barrels to bring the price down or not. But we'll wait and see. Says higher fuel prices, diesel in particular, would weigh on customers' pocketbooks and jack up costs for the shipping networks that underpin global supply chains. That makes the OPEC Plus production cut kind of a stick in the eye to global economies struggling to reduce inflation without triggering a recession, said Patrick DeHaan, head of petroleum analysis at GasBuddy. Analysts are divided on how much the move might drive up gas prices, which now average $3.50 per gallon in the US, according to AAA. The fresh cut of 1.16 million barrels per day suggests the OPEC Plus is expecting demand to weaken as summer approaches and some large economies teeter on the brink of recession. If so, prices at the pump could rise as little as 10% per gallon. So yeah, this is what they're analyzing, but we'll see what it shakes down to in reality. Because especially with America, transport is by car, essentially really isn't even a thing that can be circumvented. You're gonna need to do that shit, or else. So yeah, it's gonna be peak. That's gonna be burning a hole in their wallets. America. So, but if demand picks up again, Americans could once again be paying more than $4 a gallon later this year. The wild card in such forecasts is China, where fuel consumption is rising as the country emerges from C-19 lockdowns. If demand continues to rise, some analysts caution it could propel Brent crude, the global benchmark, back to $100 a barrel. It was trading near $85 on Monday, reflecting a near 6.2% jump following the OPEC Plus news. West Texas Intermediate crude, the US benchmark, jumped 6.3% above $80. So yeah, people are looking at like now. That's the spot to go for. These guys are gonna be making money because why? Everyone's got to get involved, man. It's essential. You can't really avoid it. You can't circumvent it. So yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how how raw it gets. I think they're gonna kind of let it just run as as the prices go up, and then afterwards. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Because people gonna be feeling the burn anyway, man. But yeah, I just wanted to go into that, but yeah, shalom, shalom, Yabashim Yashab, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom.